Alright, here we go. This is a ranked 2v2 on Chasm between the Carbon team in the upper left, MooreBoom in the Steampunk Helix, and hawk485 in the Steampunk Striker, and their opponents, the blue team in the bottom right, bobine91 in the Police Striker, and Shzmil102 in the Pirate Warthog. MooreBoom has 2 Larrys. Freaking ridiculous. They drop now. I wonder if he had one before and then one dropped, or he dropped both, or he marketed them. I don't know. I have no idea, but pretty standard build going down by both teams. Moneymakers, Moneymakers, Moneymakers is the name of the game, and will almost forever be, I mean, I guess it's kind of falling out now. A lot of people are just going generator only in 1v1 sometimes, but it's... enough of that. But blue team starting the mid-fight a little bit sooner than the Carbon team, but... standard moneymakers going down already. Okay, and the Carbon team has out moneymakered the blue team initially, and it will look like a normal mid battle here by well, for this game. Hawk kind of almost going down. Bobine might have been able to get that finish actually, but did not. He was not able to actually get it completely. He did not continue, I guess. All the neutral brutes knocked down already. Standard tank mass already up. No artillery up quite yet, but oh, there's a blue dot down here. What is that? A random jumper. I'm not really exactly sure why. And one Gemini move to the other side of the chasm. It's probably slightly a dangerous move. Bobine does save it. This does go up to blue for a brief moment in time, but those will go right back down. Carbon team, well, the Carbon tanks were able to actually knock that down. Hat's going down by Shzmil. Shzmil with his great Warthog play and able to finish off MooreBoom. I almost said Boomhauer there, but MooreBoom. And Bobine dropping pretty much sacrificial Gemini. This is not going to be enough, or almost for sure. There were quite a lot of tanks on the Carbon side and with mech support. Shzmil might be able to kill a couple with his support tanks, but another Longhorn coming down. The outpost is very low on energy, and it doesn't look like the blue team will be able to sustain this. They had plenty of tanks over here. If they did coordinated fairing, they might have been able to actually get that, but as of now, they have not been able to get much killed on that Carbon side. A lot of their tanks have gone down. Now it does finally go back down to neutral after all the blue tanks have been finished off. And MooreBoom actually, I love seeing Warthogs focus in the air, but Shzmil not able to actually get that finish. Bobine dropping even more. Goes up to Carbon briefly for a second. Actually a little bit surprising to see. Blue team actually is behind with all those sacrifice units earlier. 51 to 36 in favor of Carbon right now. And again, we do have another tank ferry to the other side of the chasm. Does look like this will probably, you know, finish off the rest of the blue units. Oh, and Shzmil going down there to Hawk, and one Archie up for the Carbon team, one jammer up for the blue team, but it's still Bobine still really fighting hard to do a mass ferry, but getting finished off, so doing a little bit of circling there by those Seekers. And Hawk, able to snipe that jammer, so that single artillery, probably a couple more should go up, I would say, will be able to start doing work, but it does look like the Carbon team might be able to hold it for now. Shzmil, not able to finish off that hat before getting finished off, and it does look like the Carbon team will be able to clear the rest of the blue units over here. Although MooreBoom does go down, the Carbon team has plenty of units to ferry over from that back area, which they really should be concentrating on doing right now, and I would assume that the artillery line would go up for blue team sometime soon. However, it's just going to be initial tank defense, and it looks like they are going to go with that ledge attack initially. Well, Shzmil will probably be able to snipe this. Oh, yes, it does. He is able to kill that Archie before Hawk's able to save it. Actually did have an artillery in his queue, or in his cargo already, so probably not able to pick up that Archie to save it to begin with. As you do notice, the Archie is kind of glowing, and they what that is an increase in, I think it's straight DPS actually. I don't exactly know what the figure is. I think Ken said 60 to 100% increase in DPS. A range is nice, but it might, I don't know, it might vary from unit to unit, not sure. Shzmil almost getting killed there, but does retreat in time. Those hats sitting there are very dangerous, and quite a lot of units have been ferried over to the other side of the chasm. Carbon team can probably just start leapfrogging, killing quite a lot. Lots of hats over here, actually, and MooreBoom really don't help. Will probably, yes, does get finished off by that hat on that blue side. And now it's the Carbon team that's a little bit overextending the units. Oh, actually, it's mostly AA over here, so the tanks were able to kill a lot of those hats. Great credit trade-off, actually. Oh, and Shzmil actually staying alive. Hawk not able to get that finish, and Shzmil, transforms one more time, and transforms with great timing, and does start to hit Hawk on the ground with his air to ground, and Hawk getting killed instead of Shzmil. Wow, great play there by Shzmil, staying alive and finishing off the attacking AirMech with air to ground after charging up. And now the blue team starting to make their unit line here. No artillery up yet, just one smoking black jammer. It's very dangerous, you know, one single bomb. Oh, but we do have MooreBoom with a few Gemini up here, going straight for the outpost neutralized, but Shzmil is already here to respond to it. And Hawk actually creating a tank cluster over here. We'll probably set those on T, and they will go. Okay, did do a massive. Oh, there's only 4 waypoints up there, or something like that. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. Shzmil able to defend for now. Did lose one of the moneymakers, but a couple of bunkered creeps. I think that was by Bobine. Does scout those incoming tanks coming in. Let's see how they can actually defend. Shzmil does drop a couple of defensive tanks, and now Hawk actually kind of in danger. Might go down there with Shzmil's air to ground. Oh, and getting focused, and Hawk does get killed in the air. Bobine getting that last hit, but Shzmil doing a lot of the damage, and these tanks will get completely shredded by the defending Gemini and the defending AirMechs. Does look like MooreBoom doing a little bit of bombing. Was that bombing? I would assume that. Oh no, just doing a couple of grinder drops. And Shzmil focusing him in the air and getting that kill. Man, that Warthog, what does the abilities look like? Shzmil with a lot of upgraded abilities. 75 to 37, so it's about a 2-to-1 right now in favor of the Carbon team. So even though they did lose that top fight, they're still way in favor. Blue team really does need to start rebuilding their moneymakers. Might be able to actually do a bridge push with all these tanks sitting here. Might want to supplement with a little bit of Seekers or something like that. Bobine does have Seekers in his loadout, but not sending any in this push. That will easily be able to break that bridge, but the Carbon team actually dangerously pushing up here. Getting dangerously close, I might say, actually. But with the defense over here, very light defense, actually. Lots of tanks being leapfrogged up, and Hawk and MooreBoom, I don't know, maybe a large push would have been better, because Shzmil with very strong Warthog fire, level 2 on every, you know, main mech ability. That's not the ultimate. And I can actually already upgrade the ultimate because it's level 7 at this point. MooreBoom actually real low on health, will probably go down. Will Shzmil be able to get this finished? Oh, Bobine is the one doing the chase, and does get that finish. And at this point, does look like the Carbon team is going to win this top fight with quite a lot of units. Even though they lost probably more units than the blue team, their overwhelming number has been able to actually win that fight. Now the bridged units have been gotten, or the pushed tanks have gone past that bridge. Not detected quite yet by that Carbon team, as they were very busy down here. And Shzmil able to snipe another, well, snipe is probably the wrong word, but kill another tank. And MooreBoom, does he have heavy mines? No, does not have heavy mines coming out. Does have bombs, though, so he might be able to, I don't know, this is really dangerous. Let's see if the blue team can actually come up here. Obviously, this got neutralized. Okay, the blue team taking that top outpost. Great move. Very similar to the move that Broadside and Tangi did, Winged Walruses did in their semifinal game on Chasm against Street Thugs, which is pretty crazy. So the blue team grabbing this top power station under their control, not pulling these tanks back, which they probably should have done, but they will be able to hold here probably. I don't think Hawk's going to, even if he knocks them down, there's enough surrounding tanks over here that they will be able to take it back under control, I'm pretty sure. And all these units sitting over here for a Carbon team were cleared, I guess, by Shzmil just now. Shzmil just bringing, I would guess, more. Okay, some jumpers, so they will be able to take this back under control. No defensive or infantry to be bunkered queued up by Shzmil, but Bobine does have 2 flamers in queue, and this push will easily be defended by this blue team. Looks like the fight has shifted for the Carbon team to fight against this top, which is not very, I would say, is probably not a good move at this point. They have a huge advantage at mid. They would have easily won that bottom fight if they kept going, and there's not much defenses over here. They can even just do a mass fort push here because there's not really anything defending. There's actually nothing at all defending in terms of actual ground defense. Shzmil might be able to snipe another tank. And yeah, the Carbon team just pushing a little bit too aggressively. Hawk getting finished off again by Shzmil in the air. Shzmil with lots of upgrades, already does have the ultimate ability. MooreBoom now, instead of moving from the mid, shifting his focus up to that top fight and just ferrying backwards now, which is very interesting to see. Doesn't really happen that often, and Shzmil does realize that, okay, now the fight is coming from 2 sides, from the mid and from the fort. Actually, Hawk just dropping creep, so it's not that threatening, and now already pushing up, probably not really a good move. I highly doubt this is going to succeed, and Shzmil one more time getting a kill on MooreBoom. And yeah, there's not enough units over here. It does get neutralized, but lots of defensive Gemini over here on the left side, and all these Carbon tanks are just going to get completely killed. Bobine now ferrying some creeps will be able to take back that outpost pretty easily, and it does look like that Shzmil and Bobine will be able to hold. Shzmil getting another, doing a lot of damage, but Bobine getting that final kill, or that final hit on Hawk. And at this point, oh, a Bertha coming out for the blue team. Is there a jammer? There is one jammer down, but the Bertha pointing in will probably do a good amount of damage. Let's see how far the deflection actually happens. MooreBoom now fighting, coming back to this mid fight. Does see that Bertha, and Shzmil does swoop it up before it gets, you know, heavily enough attacking. bobine able to finish off an Aegis, so all the units on the left side of this mid for the Carbon team have been finished off by that blue team. 60 to 52. The Carbon team still has a slight upkeep advantage, but their max upkeep is a lot less than the blue team, so the blue team kind of just hold out here and you know, wait till they have more units than the Carbon team. Although they don't have that middle outpost, and I think that does give you more credits than the power stations. And now Shzmil saving one Goliath. Oh, actually, that was a Bertha. For some reason, I thought that was a Goliath because of how slow he was moving. And trying to focus Shzmil in the air, and MooreBoom actually getting that kill after Hawks uses those rockets. And actually, there was a brief team wipe on the blue team by the Carbon team. MooreBoom, oh no, Hawk, sorry, trying to get that kill, and Hawk actually surviving that attack, or that drop. bobine not able to actually completely finish him and focus him down. And now the blue team has enough defenses over here such that they don't really have to worry too much. This will get neutralized. Oh no, Hawk not able to get that neutralization, but MooreBoom now shifting the focus to that top outpost. Just 2 tanks actually moving out, which is definitely not really going to be enough, as Shzmil does see that and will be able to defend, probably just with his mech fire alone. Oh, and actually set it to capture, and so they're going to go back to this outpost instead, so they're crossing the bridge. Oh no. So this point right here is closer to this top outpost right here than it is to this right outpost over here. Oh man, I don't think I've actually ever seen that. And Hawk does catch the mistake, ferrying the goalie over here to that top outpost, but it's just a single goalie. Really needs to get the neutralization, but Shzmil with really strong Warthog fire does not go for that chase, does instead go for the goalie attack. But now bobine with a couple of flamers able to actually take this outpost under his control. What does he have to defend? Just more flamers. Needs to get a bunker. Oh, actually does drop a Gemini, and will probably be able to get this I don't know, it's at least keeping the Carbon team away from anything else, while Shzmil actually cleans up this the goalie that was over here, grabbing a couple of creeps, going to support bobine over here, but the Carbon team has been able to actually take it back under the control. Is Shzmil going to be in time? I don't know, probably not. Yeah, bobine was not able to neutralize those units, or that outpost. I guess the units in the outpost. Oh, but Shzmil with that ultimate ability will probably be able to get this outpost neutralized now. But all the creeps have been finished off. Where's bobine? bobine now working on the top, just getting units healed up, I guess is productive use of his time, but probably would have been better off supporting Shzmil in that bottom fight. And at this point, oh, Shzmil calling out for the gens because they are actually at their unit cap. They have plenty of units, way more than the Carbon team, actually. And now bobine will be able to take this bottom outpost under control. Will he be able to hold it, though? There's 2 goalies sitting over there, just flamers in his queue and just a generator. So now Shzmil not coming to support, so this is once again just going to be a distraction, although might have been a little bit more if you know, proper team support and proper, you know, units queued in that build queue happened. But now we do have the blue team moving up on the Carbon team from that back side, which is a little bit crazy to see. They are going for that middle outpost, I think. They are sort of starting, yeah, they're starting their leapfrog toward that middle outpost, and already has a Bertha firing in from the back to the mid, which I'm not sure I've ever seen before. I mean, I have seen this kind of map split before, but I don't know if this specific thing is actually, you know, they're actually artillery firing in and stuff like that. Usually they just use this outpost and push in or something like that, or, you know, use their split attention to their split focus to actually just thin out the units at the mid. But now they're actually going from both sides. Well, not both sides. This Bertha is actually not within range of these units over here, which I would actually like to see. MooreBoom not able to defend against bobine, killing that generator. And at this point, the Carbon team is way behind, 68 to 92. So it's about 1.5 or 1 to 1.5. 3 to 2, that's probably a better way to represent that ratio, but the Carbon team losing this outpost, and it's very unlikely they're going to take it back. I mean, the creeps walking in, sure, but MooreBoom getting finished off by Shzmil one more time, and yeah, there are defensive Gemini over here for the blue team, so it does not look like they will actually be able to make their way up to that outpost. And now Shzmil moving. Wow, okay, this I've never ever seen. Bertha firing from the left to the right at a unit cluster sitting over here in this map configuration, but oh my, I did not even see all these goalie. Where did all these goalie come from? I'm guessing from this outpost here, and probably 2 full queues of goalie by that Carbon team. Will get spotted by Shzmil. Oh, Shzmil already with heavy mines. Oh my god, and those heavy mines are placed very, very perfectly. So they will be able to actually just damage these goalies a lot, and will thin out, and Shzmil killing MooreBoom in the air with a goalie in his cargo. And now Shzmil queuing up just even more heavy mines. Will probably be able to decimate this goalie line just with heavy mines alone. Oh, that one did not get armed, but that's okay. The rest of them will be finished up. Oh my god, just heavy mine after heavy mine after heavy mine. The Carbon team now finally coming back to support this goalie line, but it's half killed, more than half killed. And look at all those heavy mines. Oh man, this is definitely going to just completely wipe out this Goliath line. And Shzmil with his with his fire. Oh, and I didn't even see this push in from the blue team's top outpost, or top controlled outpost, with a roller leading the way. Not really doing that much damage, but I mean, the story was all these heavy mines just completely shredding all those goalies. Oh, and those goalies were moving backwards. Were they set on T? They were reset on T. Oh man, that is just hilarious. The Carbon team actually making their way toward this top outpost. Bobine trying to hold on here. The Carbon team not actually focusing on neutralization. And Shzmil now coming to the rescue, but Bobine will probably be able to hold here with the defender's advantage, and quite a lot of bunkered flamers in those bunkers. So now Shzmil able to finish off the goalies as well. Bobine with his ultimate ability and going to be able to kill those creeps with that sword. And at this point, the Bertha, actually, there's only one left, still doing work on this unit cluster over here, which is ridiculous. That once again, I've never ever seen that before. Specifically, a Bertha firing over the opposite direction over the chasm to defeat a unit cluster on the right side by the bottom right controlling team. So weird, and this will be completely cleared. It does look like the Carbon team has just one outpost left, and it's pretty much undefended at this point. Just moneymakers and one generator over there. The blue team taking that middle outpost under the control. They just need to mass up enough units to break whatever turtle the Carbon team has, which actually does not exist. So, well, it's right here, I guess, but it's advancing. This is actually an offensive artillery line, and blue team is now moving in. I don't know how successful this will actually be, though. Bobine moving just by himself. Oh no, Shzmil is here. So now just a jammer. Oh, are they going to do a mass hold? Oh my goodness, Shzmil does do a mass hold, putting a jammer down. And yeah, that will be able to kill all these units, I think, because those goalies are really, really strong. Shzmil with the ultimate ability activated, and MooreBoom trying to kill Shzmil on the ground, but that ultimate ability pretty much denying him of any damage going down. And well, the grinder actually doing a little bit of work. The goalies are going to be able to kill it pretty quickly, though. Yeah, they do go down. Shzmil now is going to do a mass attack. It does look like this will be the end of the game sometime soon. Although defensive goalies going down, the blue team has plenty of units everywhere. They could probably just do a weird, well, here, kind of this is everywhere, right there. And a little bit sitting at the mid. Oh, I guess they did take this bottom left. There's probably the creeps, but right now they are starting to push even further up on this fort. They are going to be dominating in about 20 seconds, and Shzmil not really getting. Oh man, that's very, very dangerous. But yeah, really, really slow movement. Even as a level 15 Warthog carrying goalie, it's just moving at a snail's pace. And now they are once again making their unit line at that top outpost. It's and defensive grinders actually. This is really, really good at this bottleneck position. Is a really good place to put those grinders. Although the tanks, Longhorn-ish range, I think that's 18 range if I'm remembering that figure correctly. Oh, and Hawk, oh, Bobine not going for the finish on Hawk. It should probably have just focused on Hawk, because he had less than half of his health and probably would have gotten him killed in the air, especially with that ultimate ability with the rockets. Level 3 missiles actually already, and Bobine actually the one getting finished off. Hawk able to actually kill every blue unit down here except for the creeps. The creeps do take it under the control, and Shzmil, oh, chasing down, not chasing down is probably the wrong word, but air to ground, and finishes Hawk in the air, or from the air on the ground. And MooreBoom with a random artillery placed over here. Sure, man, yeah, it will be able to attack these until any of the mechs pass by, and pretty much at level 15 will instantly kill them at this point. Well, Bobine's level 14, but okay, and does see it, just drops a Gemini. Doesn't even need to use his mech, and Hawk getting focused. Will he be? Okay, no. Shzmil does not actually successfully do that chase. I don't know if he actually did a tap fire or not, but it does look like the Carbon team is getting dominated once again. And yeah, Shzmil and Bobine just now going to make another defensive unit cluster down here. There's really nothing defending over here, so they could probably just push in with everything they got and will easily win. But now artillery, even Bertha's, oh man, the Carbon team actually made a pretty decent unit cluster over here with a couple of artillery. But Shzmil just activating his ultimate ability and able to shred everything. And yeah, just killing every single Carbon unit over here. It's 117 to 30. Not really worth mentioning. You could pretty much just say it's like 10 to 150 or something like that, or 10 to 200, whatever dramatic numbers you want to use over there. But yeah, now Bobine just leapfrogging up. Really could just do a mass push. I'd really like to just see this Carbon team, or this blue team, just mass push. But it does look like the Carbon team will go down due to the domination damage mechanic, and Shzmil 102 and bobine91 are going to be able to take this ranked 2v2 on Chasm over MooreBoom and hawk485. Did look like the blue team was going to just go down immediately after that dramatic advantage the Carbon team had after winning that mid fight, after all those units getting lost by the blue team. Yeah, they were pushing up on that top outpost, and I thought that was going to be the end of it. After they took the top outpost, that was pretty much going to be GG due to the dramatic difference in units. But the blue team was able to mass push that, or not mass, but that's not really the right way to put it. But yeah, push that bridge with all those tanks, take that top outpost, completely split the Carbon team's attention. I don't know why the Carbon team really focused really hard on that top outpost. If they pushed all their units from the mid at that point, I think they might have been able to take it, although with that extra power station, the blue team did have extra upkeep and, yes, extra credit income, so they might have been able to mount a defense. But still, that was probably the Carbon team's best shot at that point in time. Probably just continuing that bottom fight and not maybe scouting that bridge push or something would have been a more fortunate outcome for them, but them's the breaks. And that's how the game went. So guys, if you have any games, you know what to say, you know what to do. I say it every time. I have that online form. It's all automated. Just you know, fill in all your information. It's fun filling out forms, right? Everybody loves filling out forms. Sure, why not, guys? But yeah, thanks to bobine91 for sending in this replay. This is RUI, and that is game. See you next time.